Welcome back to the Round Table here at Round Table Talk, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver,
And my name is Bruce Heller.
and I have a guest today. In
Nice.
honor of the finale, I have a doll.
Adorable. Or should I say adorable?
I think she looks a little weird.
She thinks you look weird too.
Everybody does. So
Well, yeah.
the doll gets a spot in the video
Okay.
because I know we didn't have a doll challenge this time, but dolls are kind of a part of the Traitors at this point.
Yeah.
We've had dolls in Traitors Canada. We've had dolls in Traitors US. I don't think there was any dolls in Traitors Australia.
My favorite one is the one with Tom singing backwards into the phone.
Absolutely. I think that was everybody's favorite.
Because Tom is fantastic on this show.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him on House of Villains.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, but here we are, two episode finale to wrap up our Traitors Canada coverage.
These were fun.
Yeah, totally. We'll jump in with episode 9 here, and we're going to start in the conclave because guess what? We were both wrong.
Yeah, we were.
We thought that
Completely.
Dom was going to accept.
And he did not.
No, he actually refused it, saying, and I was upset. I wanted him to be a traitor so bad.
Yeah.
But he refused it, saying basically that he would rather be banished to faithful than traitor.
Which is just a wild thing.
Yeah, it's an
I'd rather
integrity thing.
lose than win a different way.
No, I think he expected to lose either way.
Well, I at that point I guess it's fair, but
I
still.
think the statement he said was, I'd rather go up in front of the round table and say I'm a faithful than to have to say to them that I'm a traitor.
Yeah, that's true. Telling people they were wrong is more fun than telling them they were right in that scenario.
Yeah. But so he declined, he goes back to sleep, and Coco finds it out, and she's choosing between Meredith and Shala for who she's gonna call up into the conclave, and then we cut to breakfast time
Yes.
before finding out the answer.
Yummy nummy breakfast time.
And the first two people in the door are Shala and Meredith.
Shocker. That's helpful.
So we know what we do know at that point is that the blackmail was accepted.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't accepted, one of them would be the dead one.
Yeah.
And so they're the first ones in, and they are hype. They're like hugging on each other and stuff because they both have made it to the final day. They're both hidden that they are a married couple, and I assume they feel pretty good about their chances to win.
Yeah.
Um, and Meredith here clocks that she thinks Dom was a traitor, and she also says to watch out for Coco.
That's insane.
So Meredith kind of hit what should have been happening on the nose.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then frickin' Lizette walks in the door.
Yeah. This is always interesting.
And Lizette, to put it mildly, Lizette's a bitch.
Yeah. See, even though I like the idea of Meredith or Chala, either one being a traitor, the idea of Chala being found out and Lizette thinking she was right this whole time, I hate.
Yeah.
So at this point in the episode, I'm kind of rooting for it to be Meredith just so Lizette doesn't have that I was right this whole time thought.
But Lizette also was on Meredith too.
Yeah, but not nearly as much.
Fair
It's been
enough.
like her whole thing this season is I think Chala's a traitor, and that's who I'm going to vote for no matter what, except for like one time.
Right. But she walks in and she's going down on Meredith because of that whole exchange they had after Lizette changed her vote the previous night.
Yeah, that's great.
And it was awful. Um, and I wrote here that a Lizette win would ruin this season for me.
Luckily for you, she's terrible at strategy and really hasn't known what she was doing this whole time. So that was unlikely.
Yeah, but look at who won Traitors US last season.
Gabby was good.
Yeah, Gabby and Dylan were great.
Wow,
There were four winners.
taking shots at poor defenseless Ivar.
He's not even the one I'm aiming at, to be honest.
He's the one that popped into my head though.
Dolores.
Yeah, okay. I got nothing for you there.
She was gullible and wrong all season
Yeah.
and came out a winner. If Lizette wins this game, I've been so high on Canada season 3 all season long,
Yeah.
and this baby agrees that Lizette should not win.
So does Vader. One second. Here he is. He's on my keychain now, which I've had since like January and just kept forgetting to put him on there till this weekend.
Right. And but yeah, that would ruin the season for me, to be honest.
Fair.
And then we have Dom questioning if he should admit to the blackmail.
Which I explain this to me because I was confused watching the episode. Was the blackmail not accept or die?
He had a
Why is he
shield.
alive?
He has a shield.
I forgot about that. Okay, thank you.
They explained that at the end of last episode when Coco was trying to decide.
Yeah, last episode was a whole week plus ago.
Yeah.
I
For a
forgot
normal
that. I was just
person,
confused why he was still at breakfast. I'm like, you're dead. But he's not. So
he
that's
would have accepted if he had a choice, or if he didn't have a choice, I think.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe he's Peter and there's just no way he was ever accepting.
I don't think that's it at all. I think it's because he had a choice. He chose the noble way out.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, because Dom, I mean, we see him talk about how this is a game. You're playing for money.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do. He just believed in the faithful cause, and he had a choice.
Yeah.
He was not backed into a corner like Chala was, because yes, Chala is our recruit. I was kind of excited about this.
Me too. This is gonna be fun for the last like episode and a half.
But Coco tells Chala in the conclave that she was recruited by Venus and Rhea.
Which is not what happened.
No, but she knows that if Chala knew she was the OG, then Chala would not trust her.
Yeah.
And Coco tells Chala that she's sorry that she recruited her in the conclave, that she felt bad about this because she didn't want to bring her in. She wanted her to be able to stay on the outside and keep plausible deniability.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
And then we're back to breakfast, and somebody's gonna die here. And it comes down to two people, whether that be Sarah Nicole or Kara.
Yeah, both are interesting choices.
And last week I told Coco to murder Sarah Nicole,
Yeah,
and she didn't listen. Kara got murdered here.
yeah.
Um,
Poor Kara.
yeah, I think she was just too faithful.
Yeah,
Unless your name's Jamal, you don't think Kara was
yeah.
gonna do anything.
I'd agree with that.
Both Hollywood and Dom get asked if they got blackmailed. They both say no, so Dom lies here.
Smart
What
move.
would you do in this situation?
I don't know. Probably just say I didn't because they can't prove I did. But if I say I did, they can't prove I turned it down. So it's better for them to just not know anything than for there to be suspicion on me.
Right, right. This was the Christian dilemma.
Christian brought him on himself, though. There was no reason for him to bring it up. There's the thing that I mean, it was good TV, but
Right.
like he wasn't even asked. He just openly volunteered it, and that's why I always get onto him for that. Because like even if you are recruited, they can't prove it. But if you openly say I was recruited, people are gonna think you accepted whether you did or not.
Well, not necessarily because we see later in the episode that Dom tells Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, if you tell someone you trust that's your ally, that's different. But just like openly saying it in front of everyone, there's gonna be people that don't believe you.
The baby's with you, I think.
Yeah.
She's gonna have a concussion. Um, Meredith and Jamal talking about going after Lizette. And then Meredith slips up, stutters, and Jamal thinks that she admitted to being a traitor. She did not.
She did not. No.
And then all of a sudden the betrayed come. And they throw hoods on everybody. And this just became giant Riverdale. We
Yeah.
have lots of black hoods running around.
Nice reference.
Thanks. Um, but they betrayed take the people with their hoods on to a barn where they chain them to a post and then they take their hoods off. Everybody has a magnet in their right hand, they're chained with their left, and there's pouches on hay bales. The players are to use these magnets to get the pouches that have keys in them that are going to unlock the chains. Each pouch has the keys that unlock one person's. And once a person gets unlocked, they'll go over to these voodoo dolls that are hanging from the ceiling that have every player's name on it and stab one. The last person whose voodoo doll is not stabbed becomes eligible for a major game advantage that is not yet told to us. Every minute that goes by before every player is unpadlocked and uh, the challenge is complete, $1,000 comes out of the pot. You have 10 minutes to complete this challenge. What do you think of the challenge?
This was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. And so we are off to the races. Meredith hooks the first bag, which unlocks Chala, who stabs Dom. Not literally, stabs his voodoo doll. Also, have you ever played Trivia Murder Party on Jackbox games?
Maybe once. It sounds familiar.
These voodoo dolls look like the dolls on Trivia Murder Party.
Yeah, they kind of do, actually.
Dom hooks a pouch, has Coco's key. She stabs Meredith. Hollywood gets one. Dom got another. Hollywood unlocks Meredith, and she stabs Jamal. Sarah got unlocked and she stabs Coco. Dom gets unlocked and he stabs Sarah. Hollywood gets unlocked, he stabs Lizette. And he gives us a really good confessional at this time. He says, bad faithful, bad behavior should get punished.
Fair.
Then Lizette gets unlocked. She does not return the favor to Hollywood. She stabs Chala. And then we're down to Jamal, who is not doing a good job. And Jamal wastes a lot of time. Like, they almost didn't get any money because Jamal sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But by this point, all but one doll had been stabbed. So Hollywood's going to win that possible advantage. Jamal finally gets it with like less than 30 seconds left. They get 100. They get 1K to the pot.
That's sad.
And Karina tells us that Hollywood's advantage will be revealed back at the manor later.
Yes.
After the challenge, Hollywood tells us his theory that Sarah Nicole is the traitor and that she recruited Chala.
Well, he's half right. Chala did get recruited.
Correct. Um, and then Dom tells Hollywood about his recruiting attempt, his recruited attempt.
Yeah.
And then Karina calls Hollywood into her office and explains his potential advantage. Do you want to explain the advantage or you want me to?
You can, because I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, did you not take notes?
I forgot. I was too wrapped up in it. Like, I remember what happened, but
Okay, so he gets a dagger and a shield,
yes.
and he's going to get to keep one, and he's going to get to give the other one away. The shield is obviously what the shield does, it protects you from murder. The dagger doubles your vote at the next round table.
That's awesome.
And Karina allows him to use her office to talk to three separate people.
This is so cool. Like, these scenes are awesome.
Hmm. And that's supposed to help him make his decision. So he asks in Chala, Dom, and Sarah Nicole. He talks to Sarah about theories. She says Jamal. Chala also says Jamal. And all three of them tell him that they want the shield, not the dagger.
Yeah, which makes sense, because even if you put an extra vote on someone, they still could not go home, depending on how everyone else votes.
The dagger's really like not a valuable tool.
This dagger, no, a real dagger, it could be in the right hands.
I'm talking about the game of Traitors.
Give me a dagger.
No, I don't even want to give you double vote.
I mean, fair, but I could do some interesting things if I owned a dagger.
Yeah, and that's why we don't give you one.
Fair.
Um, do you have anything before round table time?
No, you've covered it pretty well. I've kind of reacted when I had things to say, but the interview scenes were really cool.
Yeah.
It gave me kind of the vibe of, when was it, last US season we had the like dinner scene when there was an advantage? Or was it season 2?
What was the advantage?
I don't remember. I remember two people at a dinner table.
I don't remember that.
Okay, I'll look. Maybe I'm crazy.
The only advantage I remember is the seer power. Oh, is that what you're talking about when Brittany got the seer power and that was not at a dinner table,
There was
but
a table with both of where two people were like eating or drinking something. I thought. You're
I
probably
don't
right.
think
That sounds familiar.
I don't think that there was, I don't think it was a dinner. I don't think there was a
That was
table.
it. I'm looking at the picture now, and it's Gabby and someone. Looks like Gabby and Brittany. Yeah. They have glasses in their hand and plates on the table, but there's not food on the plates.
Gotcha.
So that's where that came from.
Yeah, when she got the seer power and then she got to ask one person
Okay,
what they were.
there may not be food, but there's plates and drinks, so I feel like calling it a dinner table
Are you
was
getting
far
text
off.
messages?
Yes.
Because
My phone is connected to my computer, so when I get text messages it dings on my computer if my computer's open.
and we heard it. That's why I asked.
Yeah, that's happened before.
The baby got scared, so I just wanted to.
Fair enough.
It's all
I'm
right.
I'm gonna say I wasn't far off calling it a dinner table. There was plates on it. There may not have
Fair
been food on
enough.
those plates, but oh well.
I just didn't remember the table part
Yeah.
at all. Um, all right, round table time. Hollywood is gonna keep the shield, and Hollywood's gonna give Chala the dagger. Um, and he's playing his cards close to his chest. He tells us that he chose the dagger to suss out traitors. Um, but he's not gonna go into much detail. Um, Lizette opens her mouth, insert foot like normal. And then we have Hollywood call out Sarah Nicole for crying about Venus going home when she didn't cry about actual faithfuls going home and says that that is sus.
Yeah, you were friends with someone. That's super suspicious. Ooh.
Yeah.
Never.
And then Meredith clarifies her stutter with Jamal. And then Jamal questions Chala's actions today, and Chala claims to be tired and that that's why she acted the way she did.
Yeah.
And then Karina tells us it's voting time. And we have a tie.
Again, another tie.
3 votes Lizette, 3 votes Sarah Nicole. 2 votes Meredith, 1 vote Jamal. The two Merediths were Lizette and Jamal. The Jamal was Sarah Nicole. The 3 Lizettes were Meredith, Chala, and Chala again with the dagger. And Sarah Nicole's was Hollywood, Dom, and Coco. And Sarah Nicole, when she's voting for Jamal, says she thinks he's a mastermind. My quote is Jamal is no mastermind, Sarah.
He is not.
Then we have a revote between Lizette and Sarah Nicole. And really, it just comes down to Jamal because we have Meredith and the double Chalas go for Lizette. And we have Hollywood, Dom, and Coco all vote for Sarah Nicole again. And Jamal joins that train, votes out Sarah Nicole 4-3.
Yes.
And I was really sad because I really liked Sarah Nicole.
I agree.
And then we have this really good quote from her. I will say this is better than being murdered because I can dress for my own funeral.
It's so good.
And then Karina tells us this is our last night to find out the role of the banished person, which also means the last night to earn 10K
Yeah.
by voting a traitor out. And Sarah Nicole is a faithful.
Not a
Well,
great one,
still
but
at
a faithful nonetheless.
what?
I said not really a great one, but a faithful nonetheless.
I'd say Sarah Nicole was a decent faithful.
She wasn't terrible. She was just kind of suspicious here and there multiple times throughout the season.
Right, but she
I feel like the best faithfuls are the ones that like you never question if they are or not. Like is like the super faithful ones are like so that never get suspicion on them.
right, but think about this. Who was the most faithful of faithfuls in season 3 of US?
Season 3 of US, Ivar probably.
How many times was Ivar correct?
I don't remember voting history. I'm gonna be honest. That was too long ago.
My point, Ivar never knew what was going on. That does not make him a good faithful.
He won. I would say he was. He won, and he was never suspected of being a traitor.
He,
That guy's an awesome faithful.
no, because to be a good faithful, you also need to be contributing to voting people out.
Yeah, you can't do that if you get voted out because you're acting shady. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying that acting shady is the move. I'm saying a good faithful is both somebody who you can vouch for them being a faithful and they are actively contributing to finding traitors.
He won. That's the point of the game. I'd say he accomplished what you're supposed to.
Are you really supporting Ivar right now?
In this case, yes.
That's a crazy take though. You're telling me that to be a good
Ivar
faithful,
was a good traitor, yes.
what?
Was a good faithful.
No,
I'm
he's
not saying
not.
the best. I'm saying good. He won. That's the point of
That
the
do,
game.
good does not make you just because you won, that does not qualify you as good.
Eh, it benefits my argument.
The point of the matter is to be a good faithful, you have to actively contribute to finding traitors.
Okay.
And Ivar did not do that.
Okay. What you're saying
So
makes sense. It also does not change my mind at all.
that's just because you're being stubborn, not because you
Yeah, kind of.
think I'm wrong.
I never said you were wrong. I said I was right.
Well, when we're saying things that contradict each other, then yeah, that is saying I'm wrong.
There's room for nuance.
Not when we're
What you're
saying
saying
the
can make sense, and I can also like what I'm saying makes more sense to me.
no, not when they
Oh well, that's how I feel. So if that doesn't make sense to you, oh well. We both
well,
make
I
sense
mean,
in my mind.
I'm looking at this logically. If we're saying the
I don't
complete opposite
care.
things, Bruce, let me talk. If we're saying the complete opposite things, they cannot both be true.
Cool. That changes nothing about what I'm thinking or feeling.
But what you just said can't be true.
I don't care.
Okay.
Let's get back to the episode. I'm kind of over arguing already. We're not getting anywhere.
Okay. Whatever. Um. Anyway, Lizette says she's going to be murdered, and she's looking at 1, 2, 3. Points out Chala, Meredith, and Hollywood.
Yeah,
Calls them all traitor suspects. And honestly, this is why she's going to lose.
because she sucks.
We'll see that eventually. Jamal, Meredith, and Chala were all very confused about the dagger move. And then Hollywood tells us that the shield and dagger could both be used or given, and he's not going to specify to try to cover himself and Dom to the end.
Yeah,
And then Hollywood tells Lizette, don't come over here, you might get murdered, and then chooses to go off on her. He was so mad that she called him out as a potential traitor because he's been on her side all season long, which I
fair.
think that it was valid for him to be upset.
Yeah, It was. Was it a little over the top, possibly, but understandable. I
To
have
be
no.
fair, this is reality television, and that's part of like if you're gonna go, you gotta go.
Eh,
It makes good TV.
fair.
So I mean, like, how many times do we see somebody just go a little bit?
I don't keep track, to be honest.
I'm not asking in a okay, never mind.
I don't know how I was supposed to answer that.
Not often. I mean, I'm not asking for an actual number answer. I'm asking something in a rhetorical way. Yeah, yeah, it's not something that we see happen where people just go a little bit in. They commit to the bit
Yeah,
in reality television. That's my point.
yeah,
And then we go to the conclave. Coco says to us that all murder is good murder.
good quote.
Yeah. And that's how episode 9 ended, unless you have anything else.
Nope, that was a fun episode.
It was. And now for episode 10, the actual finale.
Woohoo!
And I cannot believe that Coco has made it to the final episode.
Wild.
Yeah. And then it's breakfast time, and they're speculating about who's going to be murdered. A lot of people think it's going to be Lizette because they're going to want to frame either Chella or Meredith. And Meredith's comment here is funny. She says, honestly, or she said, I honestly like the traitors if they would kill her.
Yeah,
And then Hollywood responds with, they've got to be tired of her.
yeah.
And then we find out that Jamal is the last murderer of the season.
Poor Jamal.
He kind of wasn't very good at this game, so he
Yeah,
was just kind of wrong all the time.
that's fair.
And then we have Dom, who says that the only way he sees himself at the finish line is by getting both Meredith and Chala out ASAP.
Yeah,
And that makes me sad because I like Dom. I also like Chala.
yeah. I don't like when people I like are going against each other. I don't know who to root for.
Right. Not like you had to worry about that this Survivor season, though.
I was about to say, Survivor gave me a season off from that this year, so that was nice.
Yeah, no kidding.
You did have Sophie S kind of on the other side for a little while, but that was it.
I know.
But that didn't last long. So,
But the side that you were rooting for was not the side I was rooting for.
yeah, and you had us outnumbered like 7-3 at one point.
Yeah, thanks for
It's
the
even
reminder.
crazier.
Thanks for the reminder.
You're welcome.
I didn't need that reminder. That was rough. I will take this second to go on record on air saying that Savannah would not have got my vote.
Yeah,
I already told you that, but I want it on record.
I think I said it on Roundtable, not Roundtable Talk, Tribal Council chat also.
You did. I did. I haven't listened yet. I've been behind.
Yeah, I believe I did say that. So, you were represented.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
So,
Um, I had another conversation, a quick conversation written down here. Hollywood walks up to Lizette and says, "How do you feel?" And she says, "Good." And he says, "That's how I felt yesterday until you pointed a finger at me."
yeah, get her.
And then Lizette tells us that she thinks it was Hollywood and Meredith since the beginning.
What was that? Oh, she's.
And that Coco is a faithful.
We may not agree on what like. I think we just value differently what a good faithful is as far as not getting banished versus like actually voting the correct people out, which is all that argument was now that I think about it. But what we can agree on is that Lizette is a terrible faithful. She just sucks at the game.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I said earlier that if Lizette would win, that would ruin the season for me.
I wouldn't like it, but I don't know if like one winner would ruin a season for me. Like Dolores didn't ruin last season for me. That was still an awesome season.
I agree. Dolores
There's a
also
lot.
wasn't
I
as insufferable. Like
yeah,
Lizette's not only bad at the game like Dolores was, but Lizette has been insufferable and she's going after people that I like, and it pisses me off.
yeah,
It would be like, I don't know, it would be like watching Kat and Alex win the Amazing Race.
yeah.
I would not like that season.
That's how a lot of people feel about Survivor 43. They hate it because they don't like the winner.
I don't have a problem with Gabler though.
No, and from what I've heard and like what I've read online and just talking with Brett too, I think a lot of people's problem with him has nothing to do with Survivor.
And it's
So
all political, right?
yeah, that's just
That's
kind
what I
of
thought.
how sections of the Survivor fan base are. They base everything based off of their rooting interest based off of the players' politics. So
Well, to be fair, I think that's not, I don't think that's maybe not just Survivor. I think that's just reality TV, which seems to be very left leaning.
I know, but I just get tired of it. Like I don't. Most people care about politics more than I do, though. Like I genuinely like I watch these shows to get away from real life. I don't care how a Survivor player votes. I care if I like them on the show or not.
That
So
was,
I don't know if I'm the majority or minority on that, but that's kind of my stance on that whole thing.
well, to be fair, me too.
Yeah, but that's not how Twitter is. That's not how Survivor Twitter is, and that's where they become insufferable to me a lot. Is when they pile on someone and act like they're a bad Survivor player because they don't like the way they vote, basically.
That's fair. Um,
But no, that's what came to my mind the first time you mentioned Lizette winning would ruin the season for you. Because like I've never felt that way, where like I enjoy a season but I dislike the winner so much. But I know a lot of people felt that way with Gabler. And to be
right.
fair, that season is edited horribly.
It is.
I went into that finale saying he had no shot of winning. They should have showed us more of him.
I
But
agree. I think that was the general consensus. I still remember looking at your Snapchat story as I was watching Gabler win.
I know I
You
legit
s- you posted, what did I just watch?
yeah I predict the finale round by round. It's usually pretty accurate. I went into that saying he had no chance of winning. That's
Yeah.
the only time I've been that far off. But you know what? That's a fun season. I love 43. It's awesome.
Okay, if you love it so much, you should get that LIVIN tattoo on your butt.
No,
You could be like Gabler and Sammy and Cody.
I'm good.
Okay, well, anyway, this is not a Survivor podcast, so we should probably get back to
Yeah.
the finale
Gabler
of the
to the
Traitors camp.
traitors. Just to make people's heads explode.
I'm not opposed.
I think he'd be terrible, but he'd be entertaining.
He might surprise you though.
Yeah.
I think he'd probably be very like Ivar-esque though.
Yeah, just a little sloppier.
Probably not drinking as much tea.
No. I like sweet tea.
I'm not. Oh, I don't drink tea anymore because it's got caffeine. But
No. I like sweet
um,
tea from Cane's and
what?
McAllister's. And McDonald's is like different. Theirs is like super sugary, but I like theirs too.
Hmm. Yeah,
But Cane's is my favorite.
I used to inhale Snapple peach tea.
And McAllister's has good sweet tea. I just don't go there very
Snap
often. And the one
Snapple peach and brisk raspberry
I
teas
like the
are the
Snapple
best.
apple juice.
That's good. It's
Yeah,
for an apple juice, it is very different.
it's red.
It is red. It's very sugary too.
Yeah, I'm
Probably why you
sensing
like
a
it.
theme here in the drinks I like.
High in sugar.
Yes,
Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, it's mission time.
we're gonna
Welcome.
get a brand new mission. What's it gonna be?
Actually, that's funny. That's funny because
I
this
cut
wasn't
I cut the song short a little bit. There was a whole extra "we're gonna get a mission" in there, but
the funny thing is you said a brand new mission.
yeah,
This mission is basically a reflection of the first mission.
yeah. Do you know where that song comes from?
No, I don't remember.
That's Phineas and Ferb. That was one of Perry's entrances to his lair was on this like what looked like this Disney World ride, and that's what the animatronics were singing. He was in this little
Oh,
like it looked like it's a small world sort of,
mhm.
but all these animatronic animals were singing that as Perry was riding through.
I love Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, he's the main character of that show.
I support that.
Like I saw Dan Povenmire, who's hilarious. Follow him online talking about this. Like he and Doof are the main storyline. What the boys are doing is the B story.
Right.
But I didn't realize that as a kid. I thought, hey, the show's named after them. They're the main characters. But no, it's Perry.
That's an interesting thought.
Because I mean, they have the same story every time. They build something fun and it disappears.
Except for that one time when they went to
Where they got busted in
prison.
Candace's dream. Smile Away
Yeah.
Reformatory School that was really more of a prison.
Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait for more episodes to come out.
I haven't watched the newest stuff. I need to.
They're good. They are some of them are completely unhinged.
Are we surprised?
No, but it's like I will say we learn more about the life size molds of all of his friends that Buford has and what he does with them.
Huh. That's cool.
Nice. But yeah, we're at a mission, and do you want to tell the good people what it was? Because we're not fighting Dr. Doof, unfortunately.
Sure. Welcome to the Last Supper. And then Karina rips the table of food off, or the all the food and the tablecloth off this table. The walls fall backwards, and it's a complete transformation
Yeah,
where spotlights show up on these five different tables. And there's words on the big dinner table that says complete a task, earn a dagger, sacrifice a player. Um, and so basically the five tables, it each goes back to that first mission when everybody was in boats and there was the five categories that were like observation, logic, physical, and I don't remember all of five, but they have to complete as many of those as possible in the 30 minutes. And Coco, this is a quote here. Puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. Autism spectrum activate.
that's funny.
Uh, 30 minutes, everything in front of you to do this. And as they start, Hollywood wants everybody to sit down and strategize, and they say, "Yeah, no thanks."
Yeah,
Everybody walks off to the tables to see what's going on, and I'm going to tell you about each table. Table one is write the right names on the slates to release the dagger, and it's specific people at specific round tables and who they voted for. So like it was like who did Rhea vote for on the third round table? Who did Jericho vote for on the fifth round table?
Rhea
The
voted for Thompson at the third round table.
Is that true?
Oh, I have the Wikipedia voting history pulled up, and so I could reference it during the episode if I needed to.
Oh, okay.
She voted for Curtis, then Lizette, and then Thompson. And the people
Nice.
that went home were Curtis, and then Asphere, and then Kevin. So she only got one of those right.
Yeah, so she's not very accurate.
Yeah.
Table two was find a solution to math problems to
To
release
be
the
fair,
dagger.
is voting for the person that went home a good thing when they weren't a traitor? Like
No.
the 10 people that voted for Asphere, like, yeah, you were like
I mean,
Asphere wasn't a traitor. Like those aren't. I could argue those aren't good votes.
but I would argue that they probably are the right vote unless your wrong vote or unless your minority vote is for a traitor.
Fair enough. Which the Asphere roundtable was a bad example because that was 10-5-2-1-1. We had a lot of votes flying different ways.
And were any of them for a traitor?
Let me look. Not a traitor at the time, no. There was a bunch of Chala votes who becomes a traitor, but
And so probably I would argue that the Asphere 10 votes were the right votes.
fair enough.
If
You're
you're gonna
probably
be
right.
wrong,
That was just a thought that popped into my head. Is
yeah.
still the right vote if you were wrong? But I
If
guess
you're gonna be wrong, if you're gonna be wrong in the majority.
yeah,
Because if you're wrong in the minority, there you're probably gonna have more likelihood that people are gonna suss on you.
yeah, but you don't know you're wrong, or you
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, right. If but a stray wrong vote
yeah,
is not helpful to your game.
yeah,
So unless you're like have a strong conviction and you're right,
like it,
it's worse.
yeah,
Because like if I have a strong conviction that Thompson is a traitor and I vote for him and everybody else votes for somebody else, they're
yeah.
gonna think that that is like really sus, that I'm not working with other people.
I kind of forget Thompson exists sometimes. Honestly,
That's okay.
they don't show him much. A better roundtable that I could have used though. Omer goes home 8-5-1-1. The five were for Coco.
Yeah, and those were good votes.
Yeah, that makes the Omer votes not good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
It's helpful having the whole table in front of me to be able to reference.
Yeah. Why have you not been doing that all season?
I didn't think of it. My mind
Anyway,
works slowly.
let me tell you about this stupid math problem. It was in parentheses 310 times 16 divided by the depth of one of the four graves, close parenthesis, squared, minus 300 times 30, close full parenthesis. And I was confused about the depth of one of the four graves. I completely forgot about that challenge. And so I tried to do the math. But I tried to do the math divided by six like a normal grave. And I got a really weird number, which did not fit the uh five letter combination lock thing
Yeah.
or five number combination lock thing. The number I got, if you use six and not the correct number, which is 16, you get 700 or 674,383.4889.
Yeah.
But when I plugged in the correct number, it comes out a lot quicker and easier
Yeah. Looks like it.
to 87,100, which was the correct number to that math equation.
Yeah.
Anyway, table three was lift the weight high enough to release the dagger. Table four was spell out the answer to this riddle to release the dagger. It's always with you clearly, which is the same riddle that Coco got wrong at the church with the answer air.
Yeah.
And then table five was place the portraits in order on the wall to get the dagger.
Yeah.
Um, and I noticed they were the same five categories from the beginning challenge. Um, Coco says they can do the riddle and then she can be sacrificed. So they do that first. They say spirit and it's wrong. They say shadow and they get it right. And then the dagger falls. And Dom says, did I sign these papers clearly? Because I didn't know knives would be falling from the sky.
Huh.
And then Coco takes the dagger and goes sits out and places the dagger into the table. And then they try the portrait and they try it and they try it and they give up because that's hard and they're very wrong.
Yeah.
So then they go try table one and they give up on table one. And they go to the lift one and they get it. And Lizette takes that dagger and sits down. And then they go to the math problem. And they finally get it as the answer to the equation equals uh the prize pot.
Yeah.
And Dom takes that dagger and sits down. Then the time runs out. And Coco, Lizette, and Dom take their three daggers and rotate this wheel that the daggers are stuck into, and the $6,000 that they won emerges from the table.
Yeah.
The prize pot locks in with the total pot being $93,100.
That's a nice number.
Yeah. And then Chala and Lizette are talking about possibly getting rid of the pair that is Dom and Hollywood.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. Why are we just now thinking of that?
Mm-hmm. Um, do you have anything else before the round table?
It would be fun if it was a triangle table. Just mix it up one season.
So no, gotcha.
You don't see very many triangle tables anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Probably for a good reason.
Probably. Be fun visually though. I don't know how
It
that
might be
would
fun
work.
visually. It would not be very efficient.
I don't know how you would fit a triangle table big enough to fit that many people in that room. But
And like half the table you wouldn't be able to set things on because it's too narrow.
I'm
Yeah.
so good at ideas.
It just yeah. That's what we learned today. Bruce is good at ideas.
I'm not necessarily good at coming up with good ideas. I'm just good at coming up with ideas. There's a high volume of them.
That's true. They just don't always translate.
Yeah. Well, I only know one language.
And you barely know that.
Yeah.
And it's round table time. And I don't know what's gonna happen.
Someone's gonna
Um,
get banished.
well yeah. But I don't know who going in.
Yeah.
And Corrine is swimming in this dress she has on.
Yeah. It's interesting for sure.
Yeah. And then it's round table time. They want Hollywood to clarify. Um, to clarify what? If he trusts something or not, I don't know. Anyway, um, Meredith tells us she's not sus on Lizette today, which is weird.
Yeah.
Um, And then Hollywood thinks Meredith's a traitor.
Yeah.
And it's vote time, and we have another tie.
This is what, three roundtables in a row now?
Was it three in a row or just three on the season?
The
It's
Venus one tied, and then the one last episode tied, didn't it?
yeah.
Where Kara.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was three in a row, which is wild.
The last three were all ties. That's crazy.
Meredith and Dom each get three votes. Meredith's were Lizette, Hollywood, and Dom, while Dom's were Meredith, Chala, and Coco.
Yeah.
And then it's revote time. If we tie again, we find out Dom and Meredith will both be safe and I'll have to vote someone else entirely. And so Coco flips, sends the Meredith home in a 3-1 vote. Meredith is vanished. And
That's
it's time.
meant for an awkward turret. Well, I guess we have no more murders. Never mind.
Yeah, there is no more turret. And it doesn't matter because we're gonna banish again.
Yeah.
Lizette says that we need to put down the name that we trust the least, and then they go straight into voting. There's not a whole lot of conversation here.
Well, we all know who the name Lizette trusts the least is. So,
Well, it wasn't just Lizette; it was everybody else.
yeah.
Chala gets 4-1 voted out here
Uh,
and banished.
yeah.
And I hated that because I was so close to my episode one of Chala being a winner prediction coming true.
Yeah. I don't even remember who I said when we did that in episode one. It's been so long.
Yeah, that's fair. And then we had this quote. It wasn't funny, but it was really good from Hollywood quoted his mother. It's a good thing we don't look like what we've been through.
Yeah.
That's really good. But then it's Fire of Truth time. And the Fire of Truth at Traitors Canada is in the graveyard.
Yeah.
The final four, Hollywood, Dom, Lizette, and Coco. It's time to vote.
Yes.
Lizette says banish. Hollywood says banish. Coco, end game. And I wrote here that she fucked up her own game with this one.
Yeah.
Dom said banish. There's no talking. They write down their votes. Dom votes for Coco. Coco votes for Hollywood. Hollywood votes for Lizette. And Lizette also votes Coco. And she's banished. Coco is dumb here.
Yeah.
And then we have Dom, Hollywood, and Lizette all vote to banish again. This will be the last vote. At 2, it's over. Lizette votes Hollywood. Hollywood votes Lizette. Dom votes Lizette.
Yeah.
It's down to Dom and Hollywood because Lizette gets banished. Dom and Hollywood are both faithfuls and won Traitors Canada, sharing in a prize pot of 93,100, which is an equal split of $46,550. And they are the first Traitors Canada faithfuls to win Traitors Canada.
That's wild.
The first 2 seasons, Traitors won.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, all season they have been saying
Yeah.
that we don't want to be like season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And so here we are at the end of Traitors Canada, Bruce. Hollywood and Dom are our winners. And what a good season.
It was. And they were kind of a strong duo, strong pair all season. So it's cool seeing them win together.
And one of them played the game actually well.
Yeah. And then there was Dom.
And then there was Dom. But I love Dom. I love Dom. So
Yeah,
I'm happy that he won. Hollywood deserved the win.
yeah. He
Do
doesn't
you
have
have
a terrible voting record, honestly. Dom doesn't.
Dom doesn't have a terrible voting record. I just don't know how impactful he was in many instances throughout the
Yeah.
season.
I mean, if the point of the game is to win, he did that. So he did what he needed to do. Props to him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, do what you need to do, but I still like the argument we had before. I feel still comes back to what makes a good faithful. I'm
Yeah,
not saying he was an undeserving winner,
yeah,
but I don't know that I'd call him a good faithful.
yeah. He just annoyed me that he wouldn't help in the challenges. Mostly, it was my complaint with him.
Right.
So, oh well.
Yeah, I completely agree. Um, Player of the week. Who's it gonna be, Bruce?
Dom in Hollywood.
I would agree.
Well, it kind of
Who would you say is your player of the season though?
Hollywood question
Because
mark.
I think this can be a different answer, and I don't think it has to be a winner.
I'm going with Hollywood for now.
I'm gonna give my player of the season to Coco
Interesting.
because after her start to this season, she had no business not only being the last traitor standing, but being at the fire of truth.
Yeah.
And she was one. If she would have voted banish instead of end game, I think she wins this game.
Does she get banished the next round? No.
No, because I think her and Lizette work together here and vote out Hollywood or Dom.
Interesting. I was assuming Lizette goes at 4 if Coco.
No, because I mean, it was Lizette's vote away from this. Lizette decided who went home in the first banishing at
Which
the
is
Fire of Truth.
crazy because those two are a duo. You would think they would vote together.
Because Dom, Hollywood, and Coco all voted for three different people.
Yeah, that's kind of insane if you think about it.
Yeah. If Coco would have voted banish, I think she wins.
Maybe, yeah,
Because Lizette would have went to the final two with Coco.
yeah,
And honestly, Hollywood probably would have too.
yeah.
Because he was so mad at Lizette for throwing his name out there at that one round table.
Because Lizette doesn't know what she's doing.
Exactly.
This was fun.
Anyway, this was a great season, a great episode. Uh Sorry to our viewers for having to listen to us argue a little bit, but
We have a guest, real quick, right as the episode is ending.
oh, we do?
He's been gone for like half the season, but right as our finale recap is ending, he's here. But he's muted.
You're muted, Brett.
What's going on?
We're just
We are signing off the Roundtable Talk finale recap.
Oh, hey guys. See you in Roundtable Talk for Traitors USA.
You texted as we were going, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send the link and see if we can get him to join before the episode ends. And you barely made it.
Coming from the guy who forgot that Rob Sesternino was on Traitors USA, I'll see you for that season.
What? When did that happen?
it,
What?
it was on air. It was on
Oh,
air.
that's right. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Well, this was a fun Canadian season, so
It was a fun Canadian season.
Do you know who won, Brett?
Yeah, Hollywood won.
And Dom.
Yeah. I just mentioned Hollywood because remember on when you and I, Kevin, did episode 2, I said watch out for Hollywood. He's a good player.
Yeah, I think we were both pretty high on Hollywood
We
then.
were.
he was good all season for sure.
Brett,
Yeah,
I had a
I
guest with
watched it
me.
all, but I've basically watched half the season in the past 48 hours.
That's fair. Brett, do you like my guest?
I do.
In honor of Traitors, which dolls are a part of now for some reason. Anyway, guys, make sure you check out all of our Reality Realm coverage, Tribal Council Chat, Pit Stop Pals, New Generation Challenge podcast. Check out our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like, subscribe, follow whatever you're doing on whatever app you're on. And buy our merch at Redbubble, please. We would appreciate that.
And we will be back with my sister to talk everything Bravo, all of us to talk everyone Survivor, and Bruce and I to talk about Taylor Swift's godmother playing the Traitors in a couple weeks.
Mother-in-law. I think that's
Mother-in-law.
godmother is
Godmother?
to take care of your kids when you die.
Why did you guys bring me on to this?
To talk about how
Believe
you
it or
forgot.
not, you're a co-host on this show. I know you missed half the season, but
Yeah.
All right. Bruce?
And I just got home, speaking of Canada, from being out in negative 20 degrees Celsius weather.
oh, I gotta show you guys where I am. Actually, I traveled to Canada to cover the finale. I had a virtual background of my office up this whole time.
That is,
At a
for
Canadian football stadium in Montreal.
Kevin not knowing, that is, yes, the Montreal Alouettes Stadium.
Why didn't you just go to Trader's Manor?
Because I'm extra, and we've talked about Canadian football a lot for some reason.
Yeah, the freaking Red Blacks.
Alouette, ba da 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 da.
Okay, Bruce, take us out.
Don't get murdered. Where's the stop button?